Welcome guys to chapter 5 of an AI dungeon adventure. Last time we managed to save Kedar and finally got to arrive at the city of Arkaatra in the northern mountains. We also discovered that Lena has some romantic interest in Edgar, and it's really interesting and cool how the AI remembers both characters and create this dynamic relationship between them. So yeah, that was really surprising. If you like what you're watching, please consider subscribing or liking this video, and if you wanna, you can write a comment with your feedback. Any kind of support is really appreciated, and yeah, I'm really grateful. Also make sure to consider checking out my brother who made this fantastic artwork you see on your screen here. You can find him on Patreon/Spiham and on Instagram/Spiham. You can read his comic on Patreon for free. It's really worth checking out, so please consider it. And without any further ado, let's head in to chapter 5. Welcome guys, we are back. Last time we left off when Lena told us about her romantic interest in Edgar. So, the first thing we're gonna do after this is just go to sleep. There's not much to do right now. It's the middle of the night and I think everyone is sleeping. So, yeah, let's go to sleep and see what happens. You lay in the bed, staring at the ceiling. After an hour of tossing and turning, you drift off to sleep. In your dreams, you fly. You soar through the sky, free and happy. Maybe this symbolism right here is of Galders' wish to free the world from the war, and I think maybe Galder feels a bit responsible for everyone who's in the crew right now. I feel like Galder is a character that's kind of hard on himself, and never seems to calm down. So this dream about him being free and happy and just flying through the sky, it could be like his dream of making the world peaceful, which is impossible. The world can never be at peace, and that's the realistic truth to it. But at least he can find happiness and peace in his dream, and hopefully he can bring the world to some degree peaceful after he's fulfilled his mission. A smile is on your face as you soar over forests and mountains. You turn, looking down at the world. Oh, maybe he's now looking at the real world. You let out a cry, flying straight towards the ground. You plummet to earth, knowing it's your last moment of freedom. You scream, feeling pain for the first time. Wow. The AI suddenly choose to become some Edgar Allan Poe ripoff. This is poetic right here. Huh. So now we get a description of Galders' inner thoughts, his inner dreams, and his real passion. And I like this. Like, we know Galder pretty good already. Like, his character has already gotten a lot of screen time, but we never actually see his inner perspective on things. So it's kind of sad, but it's really nice that the AI gives us this sort of way to view Galder. Your body slams into the cold, hard soil, breaking through and destroying your bones. You twitch as blood rushes from your broken body, and then still, you're dead. Okay, now I gotta wake up. I can't let the AI think that we're actually dead. It forgets it's all a dream, and suddenly Galder is dead. So Wake up. You wake up. You wake up with a start, throwing off your blankets, you gasp, breathing in air. What the hell? You look around, finding yourself in a small stone cottage. Finding yourself in the room at the inn. Oh, sorry. In your room. You stand, walking to the window. Outside you see that it's still night. You sigh with relief, grabbing your clothes and heading to the bathroom. Well, the bathroom in this medieval world is, I guess, just a mirror and a big bucket of hot water. Because you don't know, we don't have sinks and like water pipes and stuff. So it's not a modern bathroom. I just have to explain this because the AI can suddenly twist this into some high-end apartment, So we gotta establish what this room is and what time it is. It's not a modern day bathroom. Look at the water-filled bucket. You raise your head, looking at the bucket. It's a simple wooden bucket about 2 or 3 fingers wide and 4 or 5 long. Start washing yourself. I guess Galders all sweaty and hot from that dream. Or nightmare. You dip your hands in the bucket, soaping yourself up and scrubbing yourself clean. When you finish, you tip out the dirty water and refill it with fresh, warm water from the faucet. Okay, yeah. I don't know if they have a faucet, so... I'm just gonna stop there. You tip out the dirty water. You look at your clean face. Your skin is milky pale, but you are mostly warm-toned skin. You have a single black pupil in each eye. The tip of it... No, okay, what? Your face is clean. If the size of this section increases, you're going to have a wide range of descriptions for your character, and you should oh, the AI just broke the fourth wall there. Let's remove that and just say, maybe I need a shave. We've been out in the wilderness for three weeks or so ish, maybe a month in a couple of days. So Galders got kind of a scruffy beard, not full grown beard, but he's got like a 3-week scruff. He's still just 24, so he's pretty young, and his hair has gotten a bit longer, almost reaching his shoulders. So maybe I need a shave, you say. You walk to the door, opening it. A man stands. What? You look at yourself in the mirror. Compared to most of the men in the army, you have a better than average amount of facial hair. You run your hand along your chin, scratching at a dark spot. Okay, retry. You raise your hand, rubbing your face and scratching at your stubble. An ID strikes you and you grin. Fake beard. Okay, I'll just remove that and keep the first sentence. Shave your scruffy beard. Let's just have a calm scene with Galder. Not anything too special, just See Galder do normal things for a change. You walk towards the mirror, leaning in and getting a close look at your neck. You grab your blade, slashing at your neck. Your stubble rasps against the blade, but soon enough a slick of blood pours out, hitting the ground. Oh, cut too deep. You toss the blade aside, inspecting the cut. It's deep, but the blade should heal it up in... Oh, what? Okay, retry. You go over your hair and neck, and then your chin, making sure the cut is open. Retry. Okay, what? You walk out of the bathroom, looking at your neck. The deep cut is now gone, replaced with a scar running... let's remove the part with the blood then, because the AI turns this into some sort of real graphic, deep wound. Okay, your stubble rasps against the blade. Do you go for a close shave? If you pursue this choice, then in a few moments your neck will be slashed open and you... What the fuck is going on? I'm just shaving my beard. You pause before grabbing a good-sized piece and throwing it in... What the hell? You pause, wincing. The throat is a mark of... I don't know. The AI finds it really difficult to shave my beard, so... you shave your beard and go back to bed. I can't sit here for like 45 minutes shaving a beard. Chapter 5. Beard shaving. You walk up to the mirror grabbing your blade. You slash at your neck once more, making small dents of blood on your neck. What? Why do the AI want me to be so suicidal? You walk over to the door, opening it. Vincent, I think I'm good to go. What is Vincent doing here? What? Vincent's asleep. You walk back to bed, climbing in and curling up. It's been a long day and you're too tired to worry about anything. You sleep for a few hours. Okay. Galder got to relax a bit. That's nice. You wake up at midday, not even needing a nap after being awake for so long. You quickly get up and head to the bathroom. After spending about a minute cleaning yourself, you tip the water. I already did. You quickly get up. Oh, sorry, voice crack. And leave the room. Wait, leave the room. Walks downstairs to meet your team. Okay, let's just continue. Good morning, everyone, you say. Good morning, Gal, Elisa. Okay, retry. When you reach the bar, you see a man sitting on a stool. Ah, the famous warden. I heard you used to be a mercenary. Is that correct? He says, staring at you. Who's this? Yes, and what's this about? Oh, the Emperor wants you to kill him. What? You stare at him, wondering what he's implying. He continues. It's a long story. Basically, there's an assassination mission, and the Emperor is the target. You'll receive further instructions on what to do upon your return. Whoa. What? I am currently on a mission. So that's gonna be hard. Is there anyone else who can do this? No, you're the only one who can do this. I'm not gonna be able to do it, the man sighs, showing his hands in his pockets. Who is this man? If you want, I can give you a few men. We'll have to train you, get you ready. It'll take about a day or two before we know if you're ready or not. I said I'm busy. Find someone else. I don't even know who you are. Well, you're a celebrity around here at least. Alright then. I shall assume you're busy, and if you change your mind, come find me. What's your name? Rook. You nod, turning around and walking back upstairs to get your things. You walk out the inn and start looking for a reasonable horse. Yeah, okay, that's actually not bad thinking. We should get some horses now that we're close to a stable, so we can get to Miln faster. I'm gonna add to the quest log, find the assassin for the Emperor. Okay. I don't know if this will ever be relevant again, since this encounter was so random, but I can at least make a note of it. So if you want to resume this loose thread, then we can do that. You walk over to the stable. You walk over to the stable and begin examining the horses. One of them nice, causing you to jump. Easy there, Spark. I didn't mean to startle you. A voice says. You look and see a tall, gaunt man with a long beard stroking Spark. He walks over to the stall, smiling. Is this the stable master? I know this deed is fast, but I thought we had ordered horses that weren't quite as fast, he says. He turns and begins walking alongside you. Hey. I am Galder, a warden. I need 7 horses. And quickly. If that's possible. It'll be done. Just give me a moment. You look over at what the? That's a tall order, but I think I can oblige, Rook says. This isn't Rook. What? Yes, of course. We just got a new shipment in. Why? Well, I'll explain on the way. We need to get going soon. Well, it's a long story. It fits better in with the sentence. Alright, but I need to get paid first. You pull out a gold coin and throw it at him. He catches it and smiles. Thank you for your business, Sir Galder. Is 1 gold coin enough for 7 horses? Okay then. I reckon we don't have much money anymore. But at least we have 7 horses. Okay. A horse for everyone. Hans, Malik, Edgar. Let's just mention everyone so the AI can refresh who's with us. Lena, Vincent, and Krailer. We can have them ready in a few hours, and you've got some very fast horses there, but very expensive. Make them, soon. You nod, heading off to find something to eat. You find a Klemto's resting tavern, where you feast upon their usual unimpressive fare. Okay. You want something? The bartender asks. Yes, give me a big bowl of meat and 2 beers, you say. You got any gold? Oh. Do we? The bartender asks, ignoring your order. No? Then I ain't serving you until you got some damn money. I have 5 silver. That's all. Isn't that enough? The bartender sighs, fetching you your food. I get by with a little help from my friends, he says, giving a big grin. Wow, this town is just getting more and more sketchy by the minute. Sure. Let's just say, sure. The bartender gives you a big smug grin and begins filling a large bowl with mashed potato. Here you go, he smiles. Thanks, you reply, eagerly grabbing the bowl. Call your crew and share your meal with them. Can't let them be hungry. You devour the food and then happily drink 2 large beers. You feel incredibly refreshed and ready to go as you call your team together to help to tell them the plan. Okay, I guess I just ate the food alone then. We need to get to Miln. How close are we, Hans? Hans looks at his map before replying. It's roughly a 12-hour horse ride, but we could probably get there quicker on the back of a horse. Okay, so we're pretty close now, and now that we got horses, we're gonna arrive the same day. It's amazing how big a difference a horse makes. A new world event. A legendary sword forged in the First Age has been discovered and is rumored to be able to slay dragons. Prince Rordan of Agdori has been sent on a quest to find the sword in order to reclaim his kingdom. Okay, so now... Okay, yeah. So, both the Prince of Kedar and the Prince of Agdori is on the move now. So, yeah. It seems like a war is gonna brew up again soon. Okay then. Let's go. You all get ready to ride out as quickly as possible. Nice. You've barely gotten to your horses when a large group of men approach you, led by a huge man on a horse. Who are these guys? Where do you think you're going? He asks in a threatening tone. We're heading to Miln. Have you decided where you're going yet? You ask. Wow, sassy. We're heading to the border, waiting for Prince Rordan and the rest. Then we'll join you. When will that be? Join me? Who are you? Okay, I'm gonna... I have to edit this out. Trying to leave the city, you reply calmly. We're stopping all movement out of the city until further notice. What? I'm Commander Interest. Don't question it. Well, I'm a warden. So let us through. Just so we don't cause any problem, we need to use the I'm a warden card. Galders is not like a proud and bragging kind of guy, but this guy really needs to either respect us or we may have to get violent. The huge man smiles cruelly. I've been sent to ensure no one leaves until it's safe to do so. It's not gonna be safe for years, you reply firmly. That's true. I'm sure the king and the rest of the high-ups will decide that, not me. The man looks proud to have retorted back with such defiance. Okay, look. Either you let us through or we fight our way through. The man smirks. Well, that would be more likely to work if you had more people than just yourselves. I have 6 companions ready to fight whenever. The man looks you up and down, nodding. I believe the Baron needs at least 100 people to take with him before he'll even consider leaving, you groan. What difference does it make, you ask, annoyed. The difference between life and death, he says simply. You let out an exasperated sigh and dismount your horse. Jesus, this guy is really making us... giving us a hard time. So you guys going to let us through? Commander Interest looks to his men, who shrug and give him a look of confusion. He shrugs back. Pull out my greatsword and tell Edgar to get ready to fight. We're not gonna fight them head on, we're just gonna like seem threatening. Ready your weapons and keep them close to you. We're going to attempt to move through the crowd. We mount our horses. Oh. You ride quickly towards the gates, which are thicker than you thought they'd be. Unfortunately, they've been built to hold off. Okay, gonna edit horses and rides through the large crowd, making the commander interest confused. Gotta trick him, you know. Okay, let's. If he won't let us through, we'll just have to blend in with the others. You ride your horse through the large mass of people, smiling at how close they are packed. The large commander interest looks around confused as you pass through. Who is that man? He asks one of his men. I think he's a hero, the man replies. You wave to the crowd, smiling as you go. You soon come across a large stage, where a man with a thick beard sits. Oh, is this the fuck, what was his name? The guy with the caravans from the first one. I think I have his name noted somewhere here. Yeah, the big caravan leader. What was his name? I think it was Gorgok. So let's ask, are you Gorgok the caravan leader? We passed him in the first episode when we escorted this family, Bashir's family, through the lands over to Gahar. The large man nods as he wipes his sweat from his brow. Yes, that would be me, and you are Galder. We met outside of Dalt a few weeks ago. Remember? Gorgo grins. Of course. It's been a long time, but it's good to see you again. Same to you. We are heading for Miln. Where are you going? We're going to the Kingdom of Vile. There's a large trade agreement going through. I see. Do you need any extra help? Gorgok thinks for a moment. We don't actually have any time to help him, but... Alright then. It was good to see you again, and good luck on your quest. Sorry. No, I think we're good. Alright then. It was good to see you again, and good luck on your quest. You ride out of the city borders with your teammates behind you. The snow starts to melt and you reach the edge of the mountain. Or the bottom is probably better. You ride for another 2 hours before you reach the base of the mountain. You dismount your horses and begin the trek up the trail. The other men go one by one following the path. I'm gonna retry that one. You ride down the mountain. The snowmelt has left the ground soft and mushy. You struggle to keep your balance as you ride down. One wrong move and your leg could go through the soft ground. Oh, it's like the territory around the mountains have become all mushy and what should you say? A swamp. Yeah, like a marsh. So let's not get our horses stuck. I'm gonna warn my teammates. Hold your horses on the road. They can stuck themselves easily in these marshes. The horses struggle to go forward as they step carefully through the soft ground. Some of them struggle and get stuck. Oh my god. Can't move for a solid of 5 hours before something like this happens. Jesus. It's always something, guys. Okay, let's help the horses how should I phrase this? Help the horses up from the mushy ground. That's a really weird sentence I never thought I'd say. Excuse me, can you help my horse from the mushy ground? The horses pull themselves out of the ground, but somehow have slipped their reins and gotten themselves stuck. You dismount your horse and take your greatsword in hand to help pull them up. So the horse like grabbed the sword. I don't know what my greatsword. Oh, okay, I can cut through the legs, so it can like pull the legs up. Okay, I get it. After about an hour of struggling through the mushy ground, you pull out of the mud and reach the end of the swamp. You can see a large wooden shack in the distance with smoke coming from it. It's starting to rain, because I imagine that it's almost beginning to get dark again, and it's small drops of rain is like dropping next to us. So let's try to seek refuge in this small shack. See who lives there. Okay, so I'm gonna tell my teammates it's starting to rain. Let's seek shelter in the shack over there. But be careful. Don't trust the people living in the marshes. The group rides slowly towards the small shack. The rain is coming down in sheets. As you approach, you see a small child step out in front of the group. "Wait!" he yells. The child disappears behind a large tree and you hear muffled yelling. The rest of the group rides up, looking at each other confused. The child said he wants to search our bags. Just let him. Gotta remove that one. Okay, so the question is, does he live here alone? Or is he some kind of distraction? You dismount and walk your horse next to the child. "What the hell are you doing?" he whispers. Okay, let's not be hostile. Who are you, little man? You ask the child. Let's be nice. He's just a child. The child steps out from behind a tree. He is a short man, but he stands his ground. He is dressed in leather armor with several weapons strapped to him, including a bow. Oh man, this is not a child. It's just a short man. What? Or is he a child that can fight? You use armor? But you're just a kid. How old are you, boy? The man grins and shows you his fingers, which are covered in nondescript tattoos. "I'm old enough to defend myself. Besides, I'm not a kid. I'm a man." Are you a dwarf? We are in the northern area, so it's not unnatural that dwarves live here. "No, I'm not a dwarf." No, the man frowns and his smile disappears. "No, I'm not a dwarf. Are you a human?" "Yes." So he's just a very short man then. "Well, you're ugly." "Ha, thanks." The man grabs his bow and lets an arrow fly. "Oh, he called me ugly." The nerve on this guy. "You're not off to a good start," the man says. "I'm Galder. My friends call me No, they don't." Retry. He hits the bullseye and smiles. "Well done," he says. You're not that good of a shot if you can hit a target that small on a moving... What am I saying, dude? Are we going to fight or what? The man shoots an arrow and you grab it out of the air. Whoa, I grab a moving arrow? That's badass. Ha, you're good with that bow. I'll have to take you hunting. I'm not really good. I'm just practiced. The man aims at a passing bird. He lets the arrow fly and it hits the unsuspecting bird perfectly. Bird. Catch. Are you living in that shack? Alone? Nope. I got a wife and two little ones that I gotta feed. How do you make a living? I'm a hunter. Do you have any other skills? Some. You think on what else you can ask the man to accomplish your mission? Accomplish my mission? What else you can ask the man? Okay, let's just go with some and say, all right. Can we seek shelter in your lodge until the rain has passed? Sure, it's full of supplies. Unfortunately, we can't let anyone inside for fear of the curse. Oh, okay. Retry that. The man nods and takes you to a small hut. Inside, a fire burns brightly in the center. On each side of the fire are 2 beds, a table, and several storage boxes filled with food. Okay, so you found some shelter. And that's gonna do it for this episode. I feel like this episode was more calm and relaxed for a change, and I'm perfectly fine with that. We got to see some of Galders' inner thoughts, and it was a bit more slow paced and yeah, calm. Something that fits the story really well. A calm before the storm. But yeah, thank you for watching this far. I'm really happy that you watched the entire chapter, and if you enjoyed it, please let me know. Thank you so much, guys, and with that said, take care.